Hello, welcome back to Spiritual Warrior Tarot. Feels like it's been forever since I've done this. I don't know why. It feels like it's been so long. So I am here doing the 12 zodiac sign readings for the month of April 2021, and this reading will be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. And so just to give you guys an idea, I'm just going to do the readings the same, the journey reading. I like those to let you guys know like what you're, really like heading towards. Just a moment. I got some flips. Just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to pause the video so I could fix my cards there. I like to make sure that everything is the right side up, and if something flips and is reversed, then I know it's for you. So I don't like to start off with reverse cards. So again, Aries for the month of April 2021. So I did what I saw when I was asking for Aries in the month of April 2021. I basically saw like the ram of Aries like preening. And to me, what I got out of that and what I was hearing was like, really starting to take care of yourself and getting to know who you really are and what it is that you need. Just a moment. And so I was kind of just feeling like, almost like Aries, like you have been maybe taking care of other people or putting other things in your view or in your path that isn't necessarily focused on you. So maybe if you were like focused on work or like helping other people or like a project or something, I feel like you're trying to get to know, you're going into a time for the month of April. What I was feeling with that was like you're kind of taking the time to pamper yourself and to really be with yourself and get to know like who you are and what it is that you need. And maybe because I know some Aries who don't really like to, they're always going, and they don't always take the time to slow down and take care of themselves. And that's just a few Aries that I know personally, so who knows. So let's get into it. Spirit, please give me a card for Aries for the month of April 2021. Please give me a card for Aries. Please give me a card for Aries. 2021. Okay, so we had a card fall out, and I'm going to take that. What we have here, Aries, is the Six of Earth, and this card is all about being of service to others in the community and to children, whether they're your children or children around you. And it's kind of, and I know what you're probably thinking, well, that's kind of opposite what you said, but what I'm feeling with this is when we are somebody who takes care of other people, and we're a giver, we need to make sure that we're giving to ourselves, because the younger generations and people, maybe not even just younger generations, but children and people who are watching you, they're seeing the example that you're leading by. So if you're somebody who just gives and gives and gives and you're not giving to yourself, then people are going to learn that and think, oh, I just have to keep going and give to other people and not really take care of myself. And so that's kind of what I felt immediately when I saw this, was like, yes, you are somebody who is there for other people, and you're a leader. Especially Aries is the first sign, and they are the innovator, they are the leader. And especially when you're in a leading position that way, you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, so that as you're leading by example and people see you, they see, oh wow, like, okay, so it's healthy to take a break when I need to take a break, and put myself first, because like they tell you when you get on an airplane, if we lose cabin pressure, put your mask on first and then help the child or the person next to you. So let's see what comes out for your journey reading, Aries. Journey reading for Aries. Please give me a journey reading for Aries. All right. Please give me a journey reading for Aries, month of April 2021. Oh, got cards flying. These cards are a little thickly today. All right, here we go. Okay, so, all right. I'm hearing a lot. Just give me a second. Okay, so Aries at the bottom of the deck for you, the overall energy, we have the Six of Wands. This is victory. I'm really glad to see this here. However, what I'm feeling is basically, you know, you're going to be victorious in the way, you're going to be victorious no matter what. But this also, sometimes this card indicates being a little arrogant, or maybe being like overconfident and your ego kind of getting the best of you. And so like when I saw this immediately, what I felt was like, don't let your ego keep you from this victory of like knowing and taking care of yourself. Because if you're in your ego, you might be like, well, I need to do this, and you know, thinking like, I need to keep going and I can't stop, and that's the way that I'm going to get my victory. But what I'm feeling is like, that's your ego, and that may trip you up. And so where your victory lies is in taking care of yourself, because again, this energy is you're being celebrated for your victory and people look up to you. So like if you have people looking up to you, make sure that you're taking care of yourself so they see that that is healthy. You know, take breaks if you need to take breaks. Wow. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So the 3 cards are the leaving cards. If you watch my readings, you know that. The first 3 cards, they usually tell me a story. You know, in the book, they're like, oh, these are 3 distinct things that you're leaving behind as you set out on this journey. But what I usually get is like a story more often than that. Not so. For the first card, we have Page of Swords. And so like new information coming in, analyzing things in a new way. And this is all about truth and logic, because the Page of Swords like makes decisions based off logic. I mean, emotion is in it, but she's kind of rising up to the truth with the logic and not allowing emotions to like override like the decision making process that she's making. But this is also like, this is like new energy. So maybe where you were feeling stuck, you're going to start seeing things in a new way. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I turned my table because of the light and now I'm distracted because of my window. Okay, sorry. Back to it. So Page of Swords, you know, whenever I see this, I just feel somebody who's coming into a new way of thinking, like kind of realizing like maybe the way I was operating and making my decisions wasn't the best for me, because then I see 7 of Swords here, and this is about deception, self-deception more often than not. I mean, for some of you, this may be somebody who's somebody who's been in your life who's deceiving you, but I just feel like this maybe is you, especially with what I got in my meditation. And so this is like, thinking you're getting away with things when you're really not, and you know, but this is also like deceiving yourself. And what I'm feeling with this is like, oh, I can keep going. I don't need to rest. You know, there's nothing wrong with the way that I'm doing it, you know, like even, and it's like with the Page of Swords, like you're kind of coming into like a new way of thinking and analyzing the information coming into from like your guides or your intuition, and you're just kind of like, something doesn't feel right. I don't think I'm taking care of myself in the right way. But this kind of energy is going to keep you like, you know, thinking that you are. And so what I'm seeing is like you're getting this new information to move yourself away from a self-deceptive energy or thought pattern or behavior. Then we have the Three of Cups. And I'm really happy to see this. When I saw this, what I immediately felt is like your guides and family members or people around you who really, really love you are going to like celebrate you. And they're almost like they've been seeing you like go, go, go. And they really want the best for you. And they know that you need to settle down. And so like I'm feeling like take a break, celebrate with friends and family, but also like strongly what I'm getting is like your guides, like when you realize this and you start to take care of yourself, like your guides are like really excited for you. And I'm just like getting so emotional. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna apologize for getting emotional, but when I feel things very strongly, it's almost like yes, yes, yes. Depending on what it is. And this is like a happy energy. What I'm feeling is almost like your guides and people around you are going to see this transformation that you go through, where you're going to lay all those self-deceptive things that kind of kept you down here, and they're going to like see you come up and start celebrating yourself and taking care of yourself, and they're going to help celebrate you in that way. So like your guides, your friends, people around you, like I feel really excited. And also maybe if there's like a project you're working on and maybe you are kind of like avoiding it, I feel like you're coming into an energy where you're like, okay, like I'm done with this sticky energy that keeps me like in fear or in that avoidant energy where you're like, I don't want to look at that, I'll deal with it later. For some of you, this may be like maybe where you were like maybe indulging a little too much or like partying too much and ignoring what you needed to do. That could be for some of you. Like I just got that, but I feel for the majority of you, it's like you realizing like, okay, I need to start acting and thinking and behaving in another way and taking care of myself and celebrating myself. So the why you're being led down this journey. You have Justice, Aries. This is great. This is the Libra card, but this is balance. This is equilibrium. This is harmony, and this is truth. Also, like your truth coming in for you so you can balance, because how can you balance things out and weigh like the right and wrong of things, or like what's good for you and what's not so good for you if you don't have the truth? So I'm feeling like your guides are wanting to take you on. Look at all the butterflies around you, and I felt that strongly when I looked at the Three of Cups. Like a lot of you have really strong guides around you, and maybe tap into your intuition a little bit more to receive those messages. But what I'm feeling is like why you're being led on this journey is because you're coming into a place of balance, to where you are kind of like in this Seven of Swords self-deception energy. Like this is coming in for you now because you're realizing more, and you're realizing you need to take care of yourself, and that the balance for you is really, really important, especially if you're somebody who takes care of other people. Okay, so the Star leading you down this journey. This is so beautiful. I love this. That's like lighting your way. We have the Queen of Wands here, Aries. So your energy, fire energy, and the Queen of Wands. And, I didn't preface this before, but don't get hung up on the gender of the cards, because we all have male and female energy within us. It's just an energy. And this is the general read. So this Queen of Wands is all about passion and confidence and like going for that thing that you want to go for without being fearful. So like if it's a project you've been putting off, or if it's just your health in general, like this is somebody who is like, I'm going after that thing that I want because I know that I deserve it and that I'm worthy of it. And I'm also really feeling with this, like you coming into your own energy, like your natural state of being. And I just love that she has like the ram horns on the side of her head there. Like it just like, okay. Again, I see many guides around you, like celebrating you and like really trying to push you towards your balance. And I really feel like for some of you, maybe there's a project you've been avoiding or something that you've been really yearning to put more of your energy into. And it's like they're here to push you and celebrate you because they want you to be passionate, they want you to be confident, and they want you to take action towards what you're doing. So this is really great. I just see a really great, passionate, confident person coming into their own, and that's kind of what I saw with the Aries, like in my meditation before, which was like literally the ram was like preening, and like what I heard was like taking care of yourself. So like you're really going to come into this passion of going what after it is what you want and like taking care of yourself. The challenge for you here is the King of Swords. So this is about clarity. This is about speaking your truth and communication and standing in that. The King of Swords is somebody who holds a lot of wisdom. He stands in his power. He's very forthright. He comes direct and he communicates what he wants. And what I'm feeling as the challenge for you is that maybe some Aries have a hard time really being truthful with themselves and communicating what it is that they want and what it is that they need. So let's see why this is here. Why is the King of Swords here for a challenge for Aries, please? That wanted to fall, but it didn't. Anything else? All right, we got a few cards, so I'm going to stop shuffling there. We have the Death card at the bottom, so there's a transformation happening for you, Aries. I'm not surprised to see that. Oh my God. Okay, can't make this up. King of Swords came out, clarifying King of Swords. And then we have the Moon here. And then we have Queen of Cups. So what I'm seeing with this, Aries, is that maybe you're a little afraid to be direct because, okay, Aries can sometimes be really aggressive. So maybe some of you know that and you kind of temper yourself a little bit back, like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing, I don't want to be too pushy, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that. So then in a general sense, you're kind of pushing yourself back. So that ends up touching every part of your life, even when you're speaking truth to yourself and figuring out what it is that you need and what you need to communicate to yourself, to others, and really standing in your truth. Because I see the Moon here, and this is like fears and anxieties, but this is also like fear of the unknown, and like maybe being in that space and really admitting the truth to yourself is kind of scary for you because you're afraid of what you may find or what you may say, and like maybe you're kind of afraid to really open up that part of yourself because you feel like, well, once I open it, it's open and I can't close that, so like I just feel a little afraid to like speak your truth or to communicate truth and really come into your own truth. But then we have the Queen of Cups here. So what I'm seeing in general with these clarifying cards is like the Queen of Cups is all about intuition. She's very emotional. Sometimes she can let that get the better of her. So like maybe some of you are afraid to get too emotional, but this is really also about feeling into your heart. And if you feel into your heart and your intuition, there's no need to be afraid because it's not going to lead you the wrong way. And as long as you already know, okay, maybe I don't want to be too aggressive, or maybe I don't want to like go gung-ho and like really say too much, you can keep that in the back of your mind, but still come into this place where you're not afraid to speak your truth to yourself and to others around you and really like put your foot down and come into this knowing of, okay, I'm just going to be myself. And if people don't like it, people don't like it. That's their problem, Aries, okay? All right. So I also feel for some of you, like maybe you need to get a little bit out of your head and more into your heart, especially with the King of Swords is here twice. So I'm seeing you really need to speak your truth. But with the Queen of Cups, you really need to feel into your heart and connect to your intuition. And that will get rid of like these fears, any kind of fears that you have. And it will also illuminate things for you, because that's also what the moon is about, is illuminating things that were in your subconscious that you didn't really realize were there or like wanted to face. So I really feel like, you know, balance, especially with that balance card here, balance between, you know, speaking your truth and communicating clearly in what you need, and like feeling into your heart, so you're still taking care of yourself and giving yourself what you need, and you know internally what it is that you need. So the outcome or destination for this is the Chariot, and this is so beautiful. Chariot is the Cancer card, but this is about reaching a really great achievement. So like when I saw before, like if there's a project for you, I can just see that you're going to reach that achievement with so much confidence and joy and love in your heart. And I also feel this energy of leaving things in the past and being aware of them and knowing how it is you got to where you are, but like leaving that where it belongs, which is in the past, and facing forward and really going towards you know, the projects that you want, taking care of yourself, really putting yourself first, especially if you're somebody that takes care of other people. So wow. Okay, again, can't make this up. I just clarified the Seven of Swords, which sits next to the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups came out, along with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So, with this, Aries, what I feel is maybe where you were feeling like, okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is a very independent energy, entrepreneur. This is somebody who gets everything that they need without the help of somebody else. Not that you can't ask for help or that you can't be supported or that you shouldn't be supported, but this is a type of independent energy. Sometimes it's like single person, but this is like Virgo energy. So like really independent, doesn't need anybody to provide for them, because they can provide for themselves. This is also somebody who can make something beautiful out of nothing, and like people look up to you. Again, like I see a lot of people look up to you, Aries, because that's a lot of people look at this person and they're like, oh my god, wow, how did they get that? They're so beautiful. It's like you radiate this energy because you're like going after your heart's desire and putting your energy in towards making something for yourself. And then we have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is about like holding on and not giving up. And then again, the Three of Cups, so celebration and reunion. And so I feel like for some of you that I was picking up on, like, I really feel like there's a project for some of you that's gonna like bring in money. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, or you're like thinking about a new stream of income and like how can I do that, and it connects to like a creative project of yours. And I just see like where you maybe were like afraid to take action on it and you were self-deceiving yourself. Like what they're saying is like, don't give up, put the work in, because you're going to be rewarded, and then you're going to celebrate. You're going to have so many things to celebrate. So that's what I feel with that. Wow. Okay. So I feel like Some of you, because I saw the Five of Pentacles, and maybe some of you are like worried about money issues and like feeling lack and like worrying like, oh my God, is this really going to bring a return to me? Don't block your abundance because you're afraid. You know, this is like standing your ground and defending yourself. But what I strongly feel when I see this is like blocking. You're blocking your victory if you stay in, if you keep yourself in a state of like worry and lack and fear. You're going to block this victory. You're going to block this victory from yourself, because these fell over the Three of Cups, that celebration. So I feel like what they're saying is, don't block your victory from yourself by like sitting in that self-deceptive energy. Anything? Okay. All right. We had a few cards. Wow. Okay. So I was clarifying the Chariot, which is your destination, and we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Good luck, divine timing at play, and things working out for you. And then, where did that go? Okay. And then I have, this card came out first. We have the Ten of Cups. This is beautiful, Aries. So, emotional contentment in your life on the highest of levels. Family, home, career, all of that. Just, you know, with that family and that home, I feel like where you're headed, if you take action on this project or whatever it is that you're going for, and you start taking care of yourself and putting yourself first, you're going to get your Ten of Cups. And then we have the Hierophant, and the Knight of Swords came out. So the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck, and he goes after what he wants with such strength and gusto, and like doesn't really give himself time to think, to build fear up to why he shouldn't do something. And then you have the Hierophant here, and that is about beliefs and traditions and ways of thinking. And so with that, I feel like I really feel what this is saying is like, believe in yourself. And if you have something going on with your beliefs where you're sitting in fear and you're not believing in yourself, that is false, and you need to change that. And they really want you to go after this really fast, whatever this project is for you, and taking care of yourself and really starting to put yourself first. They want you to do that. They want you to just go and not fear anything, not overthink anything. Just do it. Because the Knight of Swords, like, sometimes goes after things. Like, sometimes this is like an energy that will like rush headlong into a fight because they believe so strongly in their cause or whatever it is that they don't give themselves time to think. They just go. They just do. And in terms of your destination, and like with the Ten of Cups here, I feel like they're like saying like, check your beliefs. Are they yours, or are they pushed on you from other people, society, things that you've grown up with? Check that, get away from that, and go after your destiny, this project, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, all of that, because it's going to lead you to this really great achievement and your 10 of Cups. So, Aries, those are your messages for the month of April 2021. I hope this was helpful. This is really great. I really love this for you. Amazing stuff. You know, and I have to say, in a general sense, this is about coming into balance and realizing that you come first. You know, obviously, if you care for other people, and we always want to be somebody who, or I would say I strive to, and I know other people strive to be like a really good person and to give as well as receive. But make sure you're giving to yourself first, because you can't continuously give out to other people in a healthy way if you're not giving to yourself. And remember, there's people who look up to you around you in your community. So set a good example by taking care of yourself first, Aries. Okay, this was great. I loved it. I hope this was helpful again. And let me know down in the comments if this resonated with you. If not, please check your birth chart for other prominent signs and check out those readings as well. And I will see you soon, Aries. Take care.